Hi, thanks for watching. It's Sunday the 12th of January 2020. Let's have a look at what's happening today in astrology and what's happening in the week going forward, what we've got coming up ahead of us. We'll start off with where we've been. We had that lunar eclipse in Capricorn on Friday and we're still feeling the effects of that. We'll be feeling the effects of that for quite a long way forward yet, believe me. But the first sign change after that was on Saturday, yesterday, when the moon entered Leo. So today the moon is still in Leo. She is staying there until tomorrow. That's going to be 14:06 UK time. So that must be 6:06 a.m. on the Pacific coast of the States and Canada. Eastern, it's going to be 9:06 a.m. So you guys will be waking up to that. That's the usual Leo thing. It's the time to be noticed. It's the time to, when people want to feel appreciated. I'm not saying it's the time to be appreciated, but if you're going to be appreciated, that's the time to go with it and to have it. The moon right now is 96.4%, and over the next week or so until Friday, she's going to be waning down and hits 50% actually on Friday the 17th. That's going to be 12:58, just before 1 in the afternoon here in UK. So just before 5 a.m. in the States on the Pacific coast, just before 8 a.m. Eastern. Then she's going to hit 50%. And the significance of that is just that the nature of things changes around the moon. At the moment, we've still got a lot of fullness, a lot of lunar energy about, but as she wanes down, that'll get less and less. And when we actually when we get past that third quarter and we're well into the last quarter of the moon as she wanes down towards the next new moon, the energy is a lot less in terms of cosmic input into our lives. It's a time for standing on our own 2 feet, and it tends then also to be a time of just looking around us, in the actual places where we live, even at work, but generally situations that we inhabit ourselves with our own energy. Then it's going to be asking about kind of what's going on around us, how well is that going, and we are going to be looking back and wondering how well we did during this more inflated time when the moon is much more full in the sky. So do be mindful of that. This week connects to next week. It's always the way it goes. Right now the moon is opposite Venus. It's a good time socially, but things can be kind of very touchy-feely and emotions can get involved with the moon opposite Venus. It's an opposition. It's not the easiest of alignment. That the sun is conjunct Saturn today as we go into the week ahead. So we've got to keep things realistic. She has actually been conjunct Saturn for some time. It's about locating responsibilities, deciding who's to blame, and boy, that is going to have consequences next week as well. So don't forget, this week is a corridor to next week. That's what it's all about. Mercury is void in Capricorn, so there's nervous energy, there's crazy things going on in the weather, and we can find things falling apart around us. And that tends to be a big anticlimax after we've just gone through a full moon and a lunar eclipse as well. But, keeping a positive attitude is going to keep things positive, because that is just something in the background. Communications going wrong, things breaking down, things not working as well as we'd like them to. That's life, really. It's always the way life goes. And everything in astrology is, a part of human life. And that is why people are interested in it. So Leo moon into Monday the 13th. She's actually going to enter Virgo 6:06 a.m. Pacific, 9:06 a.m. Eastern. That's what I should have said ages ago. Right. And let me just check, make sure I get these times right, because I'm just not terribly good at getting times right. Yeah, that's going to be 2:06 in the afternoon UK time. That remains the case right through Wednesday. We've got a void of course period. Someone was asking me about that the other day, and thanks for your questions. Any questions, stick them in the comments. It's great to hear from you guys, and it's great to give whatever explanations I can. No point having this knowledge and studying stuff and not being able to pass it on. Do subscribe to my channel, by the way, and tap the bell so you don't miss anything. A void, of course, is when the moon is moving between 2 signs, So in this case, the moon's going to be moving between Leo and Virgo. And the void, of course, is when she's not quite in either of those signs and is just travelling. And that really means it's a time not to do anything that's going to bring any new action into your life. not a time for starting new projects, a good time for planning them maybe, actually, and it's very positive in that sense because it's a time of lull again, and it's a time when you can actually stop and think, and that's really good to do. In the days when people wrote things on paper and put them in filing cabinets, it was a great time for filing things away. So these days, you know, catching up on emails, maybe phoning a friend, maybe comparing notes about what's been going on. That void, of course, goes on until the moon enters Libra on, in this case, until she enters Virgo. But we had got as far as that already. So on Wednesday the 15th, 4:12 a.m. she goes void, of course, Pacific, 7:12 a.m. Eastern, and that goes on until 7:43 a.m. Pacific, 10:43 a.m. Eastern. So it's not a terribly long void, of course. So then that's 3:43 p.m. in the UK afternoon. It's only a couple of hours, that one, but it is worth knowing those couple of hours, that time, isn't the best time for like a business deal or anything super important like that. So then we get a Libra moon, and that goes on right through Thursday until, actually, where are we next? Friday. We get another void, of course. That's 4:58 a.m. Pacific, 7:58 a.m. Eastern. We also hit fourth quarter at exactly the same time there, and then we get the moon into Scorpio, and the colours of the world turn black and white next Friday, the 17th. Gosh, and going into the last quarter, well, yeah, actually entering the last quarter at that time, that is going to be quite a difficult one because energy is really going to drop and we're really going to feel it. So with the Scorpio moon, things are going to feel as if they've changed completely. Things can even feel a bit hopeless. Remember, my friends, nothing is ever hopeless. And that Scorpio moon comes in 10:20 a.m. Friday Pacific, 1:20 p.m. just into the afternoon Eastern, so 6:20 p.m. here in UK. That's then setting the scene for the weekend, which is all pretty much the same thing because the moon doesn't then change sign until Sunday the 19th, and I will be back by then. Then she's going to enter Sagittarius. But that's another story. For now, that's the week ahead. Thanks very much for watching. Thumbs up, please, if you've enjoyed it. Leave me a comment. We'll share the journey. Tell me what you think. Ask me a question. It's what I'm here for. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please do. Tap that bell so you don't miss anything. It is packed with readings. There are tarot readings going on all the time. It's difficult to do more than one video a day. I've only just discovered that, actually. But YouTube is run by artificial intelligence these days. And it just says, hey, this guy's already uploaded a video. Is this legit? No. And it puts it to one side. But we got as far as Libra yesterday, so Scorpio is coming up. Share me around the internet if you can, guys. Have a fantastic week ahead of you. It is actually looking like there's a lot of positive possibilities there, actually. Particularly during the Libra moon stage of things, when things are actually in balance as the moon wanes. That is really positive. Just got to watch out for those negative feelings that could very easily crop up under the Scorpio moon on Friday. Have a fantastic week. I'll say it again, and I'll see you very soon. Peace.